What's
No,
going
just
on, my little whatevers? It's the True Vapor Show. We are live. The show is live. We're all live. Oh, excuse me there. Had to get that out the way. It is show number 52, the 1 year mark. We have done it, folks. So, before I say anything else, I'm going to let this crowd introduce themselves. So, we have Mr. Daniel that's in a disclosed location. You can't tell anybody, but he's going to talk to you. Take it away, Daniel.
hello everybody. Daniel again with all of you. So as you folks. I'm at the airport. I'm actually going home. I'm moving to the mainland. So I have a flight. I have a plane in about an hour. And here I am.
Nice, nice. I won't ask you what you're vaping on because it looks like you've only got one
Oh,
device to vape on.
yeah. Well, I actually choose. I only choose one tank to be with me. The last days that I have been packing the entire house and taking care of the move. I choose the Crown 2 with a bunch of coils. Okay, I have a bunch of coils with me just to be sure that I'm not gonna buy a pack of cigarettes. So the Crown 2 on top of the IPV 400
Nice, nice.
and vaping Costa Delizia from it.
Sweet. All right, next to that gentleman we have Daryl.
Hey everybody, good morning. Welcome to True Vapor Show number 52, 1 year anniversary. Today I am Quest for Vape, and today I'm vaping on the Black Crown 2 with no residual ass aftertaste whatsoever. The Black Crown 2 with the new coils that just arrived a couple of days ago on the Minikin 150 from Asmodus, and in that I have Fixie e-liquid, strawberry, Milky Shake, and then I'm also vaping on, what do you know, another Crown 2 with the .5 ohm coil, and I'm vaping that on the Smock Quantum 80, and in that I have Mesa Vapes Blueberry Cheesecake, delicious, and then I'm also vaping on my Boss 3000, let me show you that, from Vaporized Nomads, that's a Lipo DNA 200. I've got the Mason Gemini RDA on top of that, and I am dripping some of this amazing, delicious, fantastic, orgasmic royal custard donut. Thank you, Joe Turner. Fucking awesome stuff, Joe Turner. That's all I got for today.
Nice. By the way, congratulations, Daryl, on hitting over 10,000 on the subs there, sir.
Thank you.
Next to him we have Mark.
What's up? I'm actually vaping on the same setup that Daniel's vaping on, the Crown 2 with the IPV 400 with the third version of the coil heads. So far, so good. I got the Cthulhu RTA. I don't know what the name of it is. On the Triad, and I think this is holy hell Mutation X, maybe. I don't know which one it is. RDA on the Vapor Lips, and then the good old K-Fun V5 on top of this Asmodus box, and e-liquid. I got some donut custard from Royal. I got some straight out of the toaster, some crack pie, and then the last of my banana bondage. Thank you, everybody.
Is there any way you can pronounce the name on that Asmodus box for us?
Oh, man. There's no way I can pronounce it.
That's what I thought. I just wanted to hit you with that, but never mind.
Not even going to try.
All right, take it away, Mike.
Good morning, everybody. Congratulations to Daryl again for 10 Gs. Very nice. This morning I am vaping on the Crown 2 on the R150, and there I have some Clown Twisty. I'm also vaping on the Therion with the Crown 2, and here I have some Turned Popped I'm vaping on the IPv400 with the Goon RDA. And then here I am tripping on some, where's my straight out the toaster? Straight out the toaster. And I'm also vaping on the Limitless 200 watt with the Limitless Plus RDTA. And in there I have some Bluebird.
Nice.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Nice. Zach, take it away.
Well, thank you, ST, for this wonderful one-year show. This has been a good year for certain. I was hoping we would be at the Zoom point today, but that's okay. I'm sure Hangouts will be just fine. Congrats to Daryl for his 1 year. Not 1 year, 10,000 subscribers. I'm sorry, these new headphones are kind of making it hard for me to talk. Actually, there we go. Today I'm going OC on y'all, original Crown, baby. And I'm vaping on that with some more old stuff. This Philip Rock batch number 307, which is a couple of batches ago as I understand it now. Got that on top of my desktop mod, which is still going strong. And besides that, I'm vaping on the K-Fun 5 with some custom mixed up hazy custard mixed with some custard de leche. I went to work with the concentrates the other day and started mixing together some Adore concentrates. Other than that, I am vaping on this here Guardian 3 E-pipe, and in that I have some different mix. I tried to add some coffee to it to see how that would go. Went a little too far on that. And on top of there, I have that Limitless RDTA, the original one, not the Plus. Thank you for having me on, bro.
Thank you, thank you. Well, today, I guess we're going to keep in true form here. Today, I'm on the Black Crown 2, sitting on top of the Sigilli with, what is this? Little super strudel. Pretty good stuff right there. Also, this has been just my ideal setup right here. Loving this Q class with the Limitless sitting on top. Man, this has been like an awesome vape right here. These two mixed together. And then that one, still working on this. I'm going to do the little mark thing. The little crush.
Oh, you finally tried that stuff?
Yeah, this one's not too bad right here. I haven't tried the other two. I'm a little scared on that deal, but it's all good.
I like that nuclear pink one.
I haven't messed with that one yet. Also, on the Crown 2 again, on the new Minikin. Video to be coming here soon on this one. Also, I'm on the Tesla Invader 2 with the Goon. Kind of like that little setup right there. It's been a nice one. And last but not least, on the Laissez-moi and the Beast. I would like to use this in a cloud comp, but I'm still not going to beat Mike, so I'm not even gonna give it any airtime. So, and that's all. Oh, and some of these devices have royal custard. Royal, good stuff. All right, first and foremost, if you haven't noticed, or if you don't remember or do remember, I had a few days off here a while back. Tried to get the new format set up on this. And had some technical issues, so obviously it's not there today. Gonna work at some stuff again, try something different. Maybe by next week we'll have a new format going here. Like I said, Google Hangouts is getting outdated, very laggy, and this is time to be done with it. Also, I was correct on dates. Matt was supposed to be here today, but he's had something else come up, so he will not be joining us today, so maybe some other time. And it's the 1 year. And I think first and foremost, and if everybody's sick of it or not, you're going to have to listen to it anyway, because I'm going to jump right into this.
Wait, before you jump into it, what are you giving away for the 1 year?
The beginning, I know one thing, and I'm going to think about it as the show goes on, because I'm sorry that I work and I don't always have the time. At the end of the show, I know I'll be giving a Crown 2 away, so I know that. And there could be some other stuff coming up, I'm certain there will. So you'll have to stick around towards the end of the show. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
I'm going to match that and give away a Crown 2 as well.
Nice, nice. Um, so the last thing I want to say about this, other than just keeping you updated on stuff, the Crown 2. Once again, UL's been in the news and the vaping scene, and it just seems to get a whole lot of a shitstorm wrapped around it. I want to just say this on my part. When I received my first tank, first set of coils, had it for a few days and put a video up, mine ran fantastic. So I noticed, as we all know, Mr. Rip put a video up. Pretty well bashed it. He did like some things about it, but pretty well bashed it. So everybody hopped on the bandwagon on his comments and pretty much said, hey, uh, there's like only two honest reviewers out there. One of them sitting on the panel right now being Mr. Mark Fagan himself, and we know he's not honest, but anyway, no, I'm just kidding. But basically said that they were the only two guys to say what they really thought. When I received my tank and up to the day that I put the video up, mine ran superb. No issues at all out of it. Now, a couple of days after that, I did have one of the coils leak on me. A week and a half into it, I had one of the coils did have that little bit of a burnt taste to it. I can't help what goes on down the road with this stuff, and there's always going to be some bad things that go on here and there. For the most part, though, everything that I've dealt with mine has been great. The new one that was sent to me, I've ran all week, haven't had an issue with yet. So, and like I said, me speaking for myself, and I'm sure I'm speaking for everybody else, nobody's dishonest on here. If you've got something that's ran superb for at least, a week, 2 weeks, whatever, and then you got issues down the road, I mean, shit happens. So call it what you want to call it, but all these people that are hopping on comments over there going, well, everybody else is just, they're fanboying and they ain't doing this and they ain't doing that. Well, you know what? I'm not going to sit here and lie and say it's a piece of shit just because everybody else is saying it when it's actually good. So that's all I have to say. I'm done with it. I will keep you informed if I have issues with it, but so far, so good.
Let's a couple other folks weigh in on that subject, because Mark had some issues with it, and he let it be known, and there's nothing wrong with that. And as much as he might like the original Crown and some of their products and the company and the people, he was having issues with it. And it wasn't until Mark mentioned about the replacement coils, which I hadn't even tried, that they didn't thread in right. I didn't even know there was a problem, and that took because the first coil was lasting a while. As far as the flavor change and stuff like that, yeah, there was a little bit of, not immediately, but after a couple of days for me, maybe a week into vaping on it, I noticed a little bit of a flavor change, and I didn't know how to identify it. I haven't been vaping for 6 years like some other guys who could identify, okay, wait a second, that's a tank thing, not just how Daryl's vaping or the juice. But these new coils, hey, look, all I ask from a company is that they listen to the reviewers, they listen to feedback, and if they need to make a change, they make a change. The coils weren't consistent. Some people were having issues. I'm not going to say they weren't, but the company went and made. Now we have, this is the third batch of coils, from the original to the first ones they sent out to the second ones they sent out, and these so far the last couple of days performing beautifully for me. And that's me weighing in on it.
Yeah, that's why in my little 1 month follow-up video, I told everyone, go watch everyone else's videos. Just don't go based off my opinion. But the only thing I was bothered about was I kept asking you, well, they said, okay, yeah, we fixed the problem. We're going to send out the third batch. And I kept asking, what's the problem you fixed? And they said, oh, we fixed it. I'm like, well, what was the problem? What did you fix? And it didn't tell me. I don't think they knew what the problem was. So I don't know. I'm going to try to tear apart the third one and like the second one and kind of see if they changed the amount of cotton in there or the wire or what they did.
And I will fully back Mark up by saying, too, on that, if you've at least alluded to the fact that there was an issue and you said it's fixed, tell us what you fixed. I mean, because we're pretty much your we're your people that put out your information for you. And if you fix something, we need to tell the public, hey, it's been fixed, it's good now. We're going to try them again, see what happens, and go from there. But, you know, I kind of felt that was kind of messed up right there when they told that to Mark.
Yeah, and like different products, people are going to have different experiences. Like there's atomizers that Mike uses that he has no problems with, and I have issues with them, and there's other shit that I don't like that Mike loves, and that's why you got to go based off. You got to watch more than just one review, and then just kind of gather up all your opinions and make your own opinion. Just don't go based off one person, because you know.
You know, there's also like there's certain devices you like to use, and people see, oh, I vape usually the way Mark vapes. So, you know what I'm saying? Then there's stuff that I like to use, and there's also people that say I like stuff that Mike usually likes to vape. You know, we have the same taste in vape. So you have to go by different reviewers to find, you know, your taste. I have the original Crown coil in here, and I've been trying. I've been throwing coils in, vaping them. I'm trying to duplicate what others are getting. There's bad flavors and burnt tastes or whatever. I can't get them. All I know is I have the original coil in this Crown right here. It's still going strong. And what I've realized with this coil is as the more I use it, the more power I could throw at it. Now I could throw 100 watts at this coil easily in the vapes. It gets a little too hot. It's ridiculous to vape it at 100, but it could be done if you're into that. I've been vaping this one here. This one here I got at 68 watts. The vaping, and this is the original. I can't duplicate it. No.
Well, you know, also too, like Mike just said, when I had my coils for the Rafael or the Crown tank that were the .25s and the .2s, those were rated from 80 to 120. I never sat around and vaped those at 120. Didn't do them at 110, didn't do them at 100. You know, I basically ran mine around the 80 to 90 mark, you know, the smaller end of the chain with it. Not to say that that's the way everybody does it, but I always got a good flavor, good production, everything out of those. And I don't know too many people, and I know quite a bit of people into vaping right now. Most of them never run them to the max. So if you bought this thing right off the bat, put it at the max, which is something you would never do anyway, and then just sit there and try to give it hell and say, oh, this thing's a piece of crap, you know.
That's what I think too. You can't do that. You can't go by the higher wattage.
Yeah.
With these right off the bat. And another thing to clarify, a lot of people say, oh, that because we gave it a good review, we're fanboying it or whatever. That's not true, because look at the Rafael sub-ohm tank. If I was to fanboy the company or whatever, I wouldn't have bashed it, you know?
Can I ask
gave it a bad review.
Can I ask the panel a question, a real honest question, and you guys can answer this however you feel? But do you really feel as though the Rafael or the Crown 2 actually puts the Crown 1 to rest?
Nope.
Like I'm going back to the Crown 1 and I'm feeling like, you know, I really like this. I like this even more than I like the Crown 2.
Yeah, honestly, I will stick with what I said. Once again, my opinion, and this is why I love this world, because everybody can have their own opinion. I feel that the Crown 2 is still better than the Crown version 1. I like the way the airflow set up on it. I like how I get the vape off of it. To me, it's better. It is better. To me, it's definitely much better than the Rafael tank. So, but my opinion.
Yeah, if all the coils perform like the coil I have in here now, then this one definitely beats out the Crown 1.
I think the Crown 2 is a little more easy to use for a beginner. It's got a little more ease of the top fill, the locking mechanism. What I also noticed about these new coils, they give you an exceptional vape at the lower wattage ranges. I mean, you can pop in that .25 coil and get an awesome vape at 40 watts, where the Crown 1, you really weren't going to get that flavor on the .25 coil until you really hit 60, 70 watts. Not the best flavor that the tank could produce. I did run those tanks on the .25 coils for weeks on end at 100 to 120 watts, and that was high power vaping. That was for like people who really couldn't believe you could vape a tank at 100 watts back then, over a year ago. But I think the Crown 2 scoops up that market of people who vape on like smaller devices, single battery devices that are maybe 40 to 75 watts, 80 watts. Now they have a tank that they can cup. Say you like to vape at 40 watts. Now the Crown 1 wasn't going to give you a very good vape at 40 watts, but the Crown 2 definitely, absolutely will, especially with that .8 ohm coil. So I think they broadened the market appeal on the Crown 2. The Crown 1 still, to me, is the most functional. You can beat on it. It'll just keep performing month in, month out. But yeah, the Crown 2 it's more contemporary in the look and the style and design as well. Both great. I don't think the Crown 2 puts the Crown 1 out of the market. I think there's a place for both of them.
Yeah. Well, I also feel too on this deal, and I'll really start chiming out here in a minute. I kind of feel like somebody else. I feel like some other people have actually watched Fagan's video and just kind of repeated what he said in a few different words.
Piggyback, yeah, maybe.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, I'll give it to you this time, Mark. I'll give it to you this time, my friend.
I just don't know why anybody would have such a very, very emotionally charged response to a vaping product. Okay, fine. How many products have we all bought and paid good money for, and they just, weren't that great? Did we go and fucking rip our guts out on film with all this emotion and angst and anger? What the hell was that about? I don't understand.
And that's why I also say, too, it seems like the shitstorm, it always brews heavier around UL than any other product when something's going bad with a product. And I just,
life's rough at the top, I guess.
My question is, if Rip's going to copy a reviewer, why copy Mark?
Hey. I think he was pissed off because he didn't have exclusives on this one.
See, there's got to be something there that we'll never know.
And another thing, sorry, Daryl, in his video, he says he's had it for 1 week. We've had it for over a week. They didn't even send it to him right away. And he's pissed at that. Trust me.
No, he was rocking the black one, and we all got that. I got it Tuesday. A couple of people got it Monday, the 4th of July. Nobody had it before that. So nobody fucking went. At the day he put his video up, he didn't have that for more than a week. Nobody had it for more than a week. The new coils because the Crown came in the black Crown came in the same package with the brand new coils. So, anybody who has the black Crown has the new coils, and they're fucking either used it or didn't. But you can't claim you had it for over a week and it sucks. That's a lie. I mean, if you're going to get caught in a lie, make it be like a good, legit one, not a fucking stupid, silly one that's easily revealed.
Yeah.
Another thing with the Crown, though, it's also with the original Crown and with this Crown. Your first vapes that you're going to get off it's going to taste like shit, which has always been a known fact with the Crown coil. For some reason, tastes like shit, but then it just goes away, which is basically maybe your first 10 pulls you get off it.
Now, we don't mean you don't mean actual feces flavor. You just mean it doesn't taste good.
It's not the only tank. There's a lot of coils in the market that do the same thing. And what I like to do is, instead of vaping it regularly, I'll just blow in and out. And just do that, just to, saturate the coil, clean out that flavor, and then I start vaping it. That's what I usually do with a new coil.
That's a really good point to make, Mike, there, especially on the new coils. Do some purging exhales.
Yeah.
And even with these tanks, get into the habit of, before you take a draw, do a little quick. That clears out the unatomized juice. That keeps your coils cleaner longer.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Another thing we've all seemed to forget. Excuse me there. Hold on, let me clear my throat.
Yeah, go ahead and do that.
Yeah, you got to do that every once in a while. I know for a fact, and I was a part of this, I think everybody has forgot about the Kanger Tech Sub-Tank Mini. When they put out the pre-made coils on that first round, when that tank came out, half of those coils did not work. I bought a box when that thing first came out, and I had one work out of 5. Uh, I had another box. They were getting a nasty flavor off of them. Uh, so many people griped and complained, but did it get the airtime like this thing's getting? Hell no. And that tank to me was just as big as what this was, because at that point in time, that thing was like leading the way on sub tanks.
Right.
So this shit's going on over time. You're gonna have some things come out here. You know, it's just it happens. There are going to be some coils that you do get that are going to be bad. Nobody's perfect at this. If it was, vaping would be out of business because they'd sell one product that's perfect, never have to build something again. They don't do it on purpose. It's just shit happens.
Yeah.
And it's with everything, not just with vaping products. And most people do know that already. But look, you know what? We're almost 30 minutes into this. This is the 1 year show. Let's why don't we talk a little bit of what's happened over the past year now with us and the show and everything. You don't have to get too descriptive, but
Hold on, I want
Aaron,
to show these atomizers I got.
oh, show.
It's just funny, but 2 different companies, 2 different atomizers, and they're almost they're like the same exact atomizer. They have the whole barrel inside of a barrel section.
Wow.
There's one, and then here's the other one, and they came at the same exact time, and they're like pretty much the same exact thing, and the same thing applies to the this new tank. There's the Wismec tank, and there's the new Pangu from Kangertech. They're like the same exact thing. These companies are like copying each other like on the same day now.
So they're really trying to push that stuff out before the date and just doing whatever.
I couldn't believe it. I'm like, holy shit, it's the same thing on the same day now. By the way, I have no idea what the hell a Pangu is. If anybody knows what a Pangu is, let me know.
It sounds like a Chinese dinner. But
The Pangu is basically the coil is like basically the whole chimney, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
It's a cartomizer, ain't it? Like a old carto.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's the hold on, let me see if I can dig it out of here. Oh, yeah.
Pangu is the number 7 lunch special, Mark.
Check it out. It's a cartomizer. They're going back old school.
wow. So you get a big replacement box then, right?
Yeah.
I think that might be the same coil that's in here.
Holy crap.
What's that?
This is old stuff. It's from the E-pipe.
Okay, but they're going back to the old school stuff.
Yeah, it's for this piece right here. This is like whenever you pull on it, it automatically vapes. Like
That's
you just
awesome.
pull on it. But this is old stuff. This is from like before the show started.
That's what Mark's wanting for a mod, just something he can pick up and pull on it and automatically hit. He don't want to have to press buttons or do anything else. So
If we had like a high wattage box mod where we could just pull on it and not even hit a button, you know how sweet that would be?
I don't know. I like the control.
You like the button? I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it'd be pretty cool.
Little exercises, use a calorie every time.
Yep.
Well, maybe we don't want to work out. How about us that just like to sit on our ass and do nothing?
Fair enough. Each their own.
oh man. So Daryl, what's going on with you? Just hit over 10,000. Anything new on the horizon for the channel? Anything good coming in you want to tell us about?
I'm going to try and get caught up on a lot of product reviews that I fell behind a little bit just when school ended, doing stuff with the kids and family, and now my kids are off from school, so I have less alone time here at the house during the days. I run my own business, but I do that in the wee hours of the morning, and then I'm Mr. Mom during the day. So like the vaping videos, I'm going to try and get caught up on those. Nothing really exciting or new or different coming up. Just the same old, more of the same stuff, and continuing to work and grind away at it.
Nice.
What about you, Mark? Other than your two little toys, anything that's just blowing you wind there, son?
I don't think so. I don't know. No, not really.
Mm.
No. This is like, no, I don't think so.
How
I got a
about you,
lot of
Mike?
shit that I got to get done, but other than that, no.
Yeah, you took too long to answer that question. I'm moving on. How about you, Mike?
Alrighty. What's the question? What's new on the horizon?
New on the horizon? Anything you got any cool that's just like, holy
I've
crap?
been liking this device right here from eLeaf, the iPower.
Oh, wow. What is that?
This is pretty nice. It's basically 5,000 milliamp LiPo pack inside here. Ran in parallel, 80 watts,
Cool.
and
Nice.
it's pretty sweet. I actually took
Nice.
this thing apart to check out the battery, see what's in there. It's pretty nice. Nice little device right here. I think this is how can I explain it? The device that's you could recommend to somebody. It's got power. It's got battery life. It does temp control. It's got the same menu system like the other eLeaf, the iStick 100 watt. You know, it's
Yeah.
got that button in between the up and down button where you press on it to get into temp control mode. All the modes in there. It's got all the TCRs. It's upgradable. Nice.
Cool.
Probably going to be cheap in price too.
They're really on a comeback, and I was disappointed with they were rocking it with the iStick, and then when they came out with that first 100-watt iStick, that was a festering piece of shit. You know, they recovered very nicely from that. That the second version of the 100-watt, the Pico, the 200-watt, and you know what? Even if they're not the most high-tech, sophisticated devices around, they still, for the price point, are good fucking solid mods. And then that thing, wow, stepping up
Pico.
their game.
The Pico is probably their best-selling device.
I was just fixing to say.
I can tell from my videos. I think the Pico has maybe the most views on any review I ever did.
Wow.
Yeah.
I better go get one and do a review.
I can't tell you how many hand checks I've seen with a Pico, and it's kind of funny. You'll see some elaborate type Addy on top of a Pico. It's like, huh? But everybody seems to love them.
No. It's the same, basically the same board, and the Pico's awesome. Nice little device. This is nice too. This one's going to be big for them. They're going to sell a lot of these.
You know, we forget because we're well into this for a couple of years or more, and then like we like this high power stuff, but we forget that most people vape 20 to 50 watts. The majority, the sweet spot in that bell curve of vapors out there in the universe aren't vaping at 100 plus watts. Don't need big ass fucking mods like that. And the Pico suits the needs of the masses. Devices like that mid-range, lower-end range, not a starter, not a high-tech. Those are just mass market appeal.
Well, Mark needs one for his little junky K-Fun that he likes to rock so much. And that thing can't handle really, but maybe I think, what, 5 watts or something?
I have my K-Fun sitting on this unknown S-Modus device.
Why don't you try pronouncing that, son?
All right, let me pull it up. I will spell it for you guys, and I'll let you guys pronounce it. I actually went on Google and tried to help me pronounce it, and I couldn't do it. Yes.
Why don't you type it into Siri and see what she says?
It is, okay, here we go. Silvan USA. One word.
Sylvania?
Sylvania, the USA part. Like, how do you say that?
Well, that's where it was made.
The Sylvania? Sylvania? Yeah, it's like Sylvan USA, but it's all one word, which makes no sense. Got everybody in chat. You can try to pronounce it if you want.
Yeah. And the only thing that sucks is, I mean, Mark talks about it so much, but if he'd have got the authentic, I wouldn't give him such a hard time. But he bought the clone, and, you know, I got to give him a little bit of shit over it. But just messing with him. I know I don't have one, and I've been told by many of people, oh, ST, if you got one, you'd realize what's up with it. And
I don't think you couldn't handle it. You couldn't build on it.
Yeah.
It's too confusing.
I know. If it doesn't have like automotive type, you know, screws on it where I can actually see them because I'm going so blind, you know, I'd have a real difficult time with it.
All right, Giancarlo said Silvanusa. Silvanusa? Silvanusa.
Yeah,
Silvanusa.
you ain't gonna get it, son. Never
I
mind.
like Isadel's explanation. His
Silva anus.
nice one, Isadel.
Oh, man.
Why can't you just make them simple? You know, just call it like the Billy Box or something. Make it easy.
I think the Billy Box is already out there, son.
Oh, okay. Well, sons of bitches.
To everybody out there in chat, how y'all doing today? I see Phenom. I see Yeti's uncle out there floating. All y'all good folks. Thanks for attending. I see Greg out there with the wrench, so y'all better watch what you're saying or he'll tend to you. So what other events are going on in the world right now?
Let's talk about events coming up, expos, shows, stuff like that. There is a VPX in Richmond, Virginia, August 5th through August 7th, Richmond, Virginia. That was a fairly recent thing I found out about. I didn't know about that for a long time. Then the following, there's also one that same weekend in Pennsylvania that's a more local show in Allentown, same people that do Central PA Vape Expo. That same weekend, August 5th through 7th, is going to be in Allentown, Pennsylvania. I think I might be going to Richmond. Then the next weekend, August 13th, 14th, and 15th, maybe, whatever that weekend is, that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, is Foxwoods Casino in Connecticut, Vape Northeast. And then beyond that, I got no clue. There's going to be a Vape Expo, I think, in October in Beijing, China. So you'll be happy to know about that, Mark. He's off.
I heard that the VPX one in Virginia, that's the last event that e-cig VPX is doing.
Really? Like
That's
ever?
that's what I heard. They're canceling all their events
No
because of
shit.
the FDA thing.
Wow.
And it begins.
Wow.
Well, that would be about when is the date on that one again?
The 5th through the 7th. So that Monday, the day after that one ends, is August 8th. And then I guess we all see what happens. But
Yeah.
that'd be a shame. That would be a shame. They put on some great shows. That's a very significant part of the vaping industry as far as business to business and how folks get to meet, network, and know each other.
Well, Daryl, you got my Skype on that one, didn't you?
No, I didn't. I got to. Sorry, I missed that.
You asked about VPX on there. I was just trying to let you know that Kim's son is flying me over for that event. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'll be there. So
Nice.
they wanted Mark. Mark is tied up with doing Pizza Hut ads for that weekend, so I'm gonna go in his spot.
Okay. Yeah, Mark's got all those responsibilities with Taco Bell and Pizza Hut also, I think, picked him up.
Yep.
But he now has to get tattoos on both sides of his neck. Taco Bell on this side, Pizza Hut on that side.
What'd you go say, Mike?
There's an event this month also in Pittsburgh, June 23rd and 24th. It's a 2-day event.
VCCPA.
Yeah.
Are you going to that one, Mike?
I haven't 100% decided yet.
Gotcha.
I
I know what my next event is. My next event will be in October at Andrew's shop, so for his 1 year. So I hope to see all y'all there.
You know, it should be important to mention too that so as I understand it, Vape Northeast is going to be after the August 8th deadline, but because they're doing it on a reservation, I wonder if they'll have some exception, if maybe vape events in the future will be centered around gambling reservations.
don't know. Is there something in the deeming regulations that says no more expos?
No.
Well,
So-
even at that, yeah, I don't think anything will. I don't
Tobacco
wanna
has
speak to-
fucking expos all over the place.
You know what's going on? People are just backing out of vendors because of what's going on. They're just holding off on going. So these companies that are doing the events, they can't book them. They can't get people to sign up in them.
Because nobody wants to have a jersey.
A majority of the expos are normally like e-liquid, like new e-liquid that's coming out. And if you can't really promote new e-liquid, then there's really kind of no point.
See, the game's not over yet. I don't understand why people would wait till we know how things play out. There's still a month. There's
Yeah,
still a
but
fucking month left.
nobody wants another jersey. Nobody wants to plan an event and then have officials come in and tell everybody, get the fuck out the building. You can't vape inside here. And it's half the event outside, half the event inside. As soon as the people with the suits come down, the whole thing falls apart. And nobody wants to be the one hosting the event where that happens. And I can't blame them for that. And you don't know if they're going to do that. It's not like we have an inside line on the health
See,
department for a certain state that we know that they're not going to come down or something.
I understand, but that fear, that is called panic. And until we know how things shake out in the next month, and until August 8th does arrive, I'm not going to be the guy sitting around pulling back in fear of things. I would rather be there and be told, and then discover what the facts are and go in as if. I'll tell you what happened. This is a very important learning lesson. When the financial crisis was happening back in 2008, when it really shit hit the fan. It was hitting the fan, but then when it really got serious and like banks were shutting down and fucking like Federal Reserve had to like jump in and like shore up a few companies, big stuff was going on in the entire world. I remember sitting there thinking, what am I going to do? And we were all in a panic. And guys were jumping ship and like going nuts before we even knew what's the action plan. Okay, here we are in our lives. Let's figure out a way to move forward and keep positive. I remember one guy, I went into his office and he had a stack of tuna fish cans on his desk. He was a financial advisor. The bank we worked for was out of business. Out of fucking business. We were like, are we out of business? Is Citibank taking us over or Wells Fargo? I don't know. And he has and I go in there to see, let's see how sad this guy's story is going to be. He's got a stack of tuna fish cans piled up on his desk. I said, what's with the tuna fish? He said, well, it tells a story. I said, what's the story? He goes, well, this is the financial advisor world. He goes, do you buy tuna fish when it's at the height of the market, or do you buy it, when do you buy it? You buy it when it's on sale, right? I said, yeah. He goes, well, the market crashed, so now everything's cheap. So now I'm advising my clients to buy a bunch of stock because it's cheap. It's just like buying tuna fish when it hits 89 cents a can. You stock up and fill your pantry. So what are you fucking panicking about? Take your money, put it into cheap stocks now. And he was absolutely right. But my point is, you don't know how things are going to play out. We all have to still exist and survive. I assume nobody's quitting vaping and we're not going back to smoking. So why pull out of, I don't know. I mean, I'm not a guy that's dropping thousands of dollars to go to a vape expo.
I think you're ignoring the fact that the guys planning these events, they're not the wolves of Wall Street. Okay, they're not the level-headed, cool, calm, and collected in the face of panic that like you would find in the banking industry and like the Wall Street industry and that sort of stuff. But out here in the vape industry, no. I mean, there's already shops closing up. There's a bunch of shops closing up permanently because of this, because they just don't know. Uncertainty by itself is enough to scare off enough of the market.
I know, you're right, and I fucking hate it. And I'm the kind of guy that would stick it out and then wait and see what happens and then find a way to navigate between, because I still have faith that we are going to find a way to still exist, not in the same way we knew, but that we're still going to be around. So I'm not doom and gloom. It's all over. Oh, fuck, I might as well just like, curl up in a little ball and cry. Let's wait and see how things play out. In the meantime, the game's not over. Let's not throw in the towel just yet. Why don't we support who we got to support? The big players out there that are doing what we need them to do. And until that final song is sung, I'm not calling the show over.
Good.
That's me. Glass is half full. Still half full.
Damn.
Yeah, you were prepared for that one.
I thought you had that there purposely for that reason.
Nope, unplanned. Just
I've got an empty glass. I'm kind
That
of.
one's been sitting there.
Aren't you
all week.
excited to go fill that right back up, so then now you have something new to drink?
Well, that's
I'm
because
Tony Robbins.
Mark doesn't get it from his desk much, so he's
Yeah.
got probably quite a few glasses sitting there and plates and everything else that have been.
My motivational ebook series will be available for $19.99 on ST Vape channel.
Nice. Oh man. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and just give you a little insight on, because I'd like to give it just a little while because I'm going to do a randomizer on this. But if you want your chance to win a Crown 2 and give it your own review and figure out what you do and don't like about it, what you're going to need to do to win one from me, you're going to need to go back to the replay on this. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up And what would be a good hashtag to leave in the comments section? The True Vapor Show.
That's a long ass hashtag.
That is, but
Yeah.
I like to do them long ones just to make sure that
Jesus
we're
Christ.
watching. All right, give me a good hashtag, Mark. It's on you.
Hashtag 1 year.
There you go.
All right, hashtag 1 year. We'll keep it easy. Easy peasy. So on next week's show, we'll announce who's going to win that. Daryl, how you want to do yours?
I don't think I need to get any more creative than you have already done. I like that. You got to be subscribed to ST Vapes. You got to give it a like and then comment. I'll just piggyback right on top of that. So there's going to be 2 winners. ST is going to pick a winner, and I'm going to pick a winner.
All right.
Is that
so
cool?
Next week we'll have 2 Crown 2s to give away, and like I said, y'all can determine whether or not y'all like them. So,
Daryl, didn't you say you were only going to give it out if this show got like at least 75 likes? Isn't that what you were saying?
Is that what I said? Yeah, that's exactly what I said.
'Cause, I mean, we got
Well, we got 55 thumbs ups right now and 120 people watching. So I know a lot of those are Mark's troll accounts, but everybody watching right now, could you please? It's very easy. You go down to that little thumbs up that's gray, click it, it turns blue. There you go. That was easy. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I noticed there on Mark's show the other night, he was asking for thumbs up, and his went up. Where you at now, Mark? About 5,000-6,000.
Yeah, that was a stupid idea.
Got pretty intense there. And
I got so many packages to pack.
Daryl did the same thing the other day, and now his is up, I think, around the 400 mark or so. So
it's important. It's important. This is something that tells the YouTube algorithm whether your material is relevant or not. So there's little thumbs ups, they mean a lot. Thumbs downs, they don't mean shit. Don't you dare hit that fucking thumbs down.
No, there's only going to be 1 or 2 to hit that now.
I'll break your thumb if you hit that thumbs down.
It does help, folks. But we appreciate that, and like I said, what we do for y'all. So,
hey, I want to bring up something real quick, and it's not to do with the show, but just the reviews in general. You asked before if I'm anything new on the horizon. I'm planning on making a slight change to the way I run my channel and the way I do my videos. I'm trying to combine too much into one, and I'm going to shorten up. I'm going to start doing product reviews, 10 minutes or less, as a first look. This is my impression. This is what the product is, looks like, does, functions. And then if I have a tutorial or a demo or a how-to, I'm going to do it in a separate video. So this way, people who like a thin slice quick video get that. And people who want to look at the longer stuff, that's out there too. But I'm not like ambushing people into watching the whole damn thing, because what happens is if people click out of the video after a couple of minutes, the video gets downgraded, doesn't get the views. If you wait 2 weeks, 3 weeks on a new product till you know everything about it, everybody told the story already and your video doesn't get views, you're not relevant. And then manufacturers don't think you're good to send products too early. So then when somebody wants to see a product from your review on, your take on that, you don't get it early and it hurts you. So I'm going to start doing that quick look thing and say in the video, I don't know everything about this. It's a quick look, more to follow, and then do an update after a couple of weeks. I don't think, there's so many reviewers out there, I don't think we can afford to sit around and wait the 2, 3, 4 weeks it takes sometimes to get to know a device. Some of these things you really got to, especially with temperature control and mods that are sophisticated, it takes a damn month. I'll give you an example. My SMY75 DNA, I never reviewed it because by the time I figured it fucking thing out, it was a month later and the story was told already.
Yeah.
That's all.
Well, I mean, we've all got our story with things, but I do like to use a product for a while just before I say anything about it, because I'm scared is that at least the product that I have in hand that I'm going to use, that I might use it for just a few days, it run its ass off, and then you put something up, and then like a day or two after it shits out on you, So I kind of like to give mine a run through the mill a little bit, but
it's a tough call. It's a fine line.
But they're not just the people on this panel, and of course people like, of course Mike and Mark, with as big as what they are, they get a bunch of product. Daryl's second in line. Daryl, gets a decent amount. I get a little bit sent to me. Zach gets some sent to him. So, it's all dependent on your size and material and stuff. And uh, for Mike and Mark to have to keep up, they got to push a little bit more than maybe so what we have to do, because I mean, it's just, there's no other way to call it. That's what you got to do. But
I like doing quick looks on like popular stuff and then coming back to it a week or 2 weeks later. And if I don't come back to it, chances are it really didn't deserve a follow-up video.
Exactly. Because we get notified by email a lot of times too of stuff coming out that maybe the public doesn't know about yet, that within the reviewer community that keeps up with one another, we're like, holy shit, did you see what's coming out? Oh, they're about to do this or that. And we're all pretty interested in it, and we know that the public is going to be interested in it, but we get some things and it's like, ooh, I don't know if really anybody's going to care for something like this. But
the only downside to doing the whole quick look thing is that you find yourself doing 2 videos for one product, and that takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
It's like it's double the work now. Now you got, instead of doing 1 video for each device, now you're doing 2 videos. So
I think that's, yeah, I hear you exactly. So what I think I'm going to do is the next time I need to talk about a product, good, bad, or if my opinion changes, is going to be on like a live show where I do a few mentions on it. And that's what the live shows are good at, is cleaning up stuff that needs more conversation, maybe mentioning things that didn't even merit a full review on your channel, because you can't post stuff like, you'll spam the shit out of your viewers and they won't want to watch your stuff. But like maybe condensing a bunch of different products in a mention or a quick show on a live show and get through like 5 or 6 of those. I noticed Grim Green does that, and it's a very smart way of doing things. You can plow through a lot of stuff so it doesn't decay and lay around and linger.
yeah.
I'm challenged. I've really been challenged lately with the amount of stuff that I want to get to and do a review and do a video, but it's time consuming. So like I've got to find a more efficient way of getting the news and the video and the information up and out in a good, positive, integrous way, and then being able to revisit back. I like the way you do it, Mark. I really do. I've been studying your style.
Well, another thing you got to look at too is, all right, and just for a quick example, we were talking about this last night. Andrew just put out a video on the Minikin, the new version. So did Abby. I'm probably going to have mine out tomorrow. Just because you see 3 of them kind of hit at the same time, if you're subscribed to all of us, don't just sit there and think, well, hell, I'm going to hear the same thing over and over. You're going to get these people's different perspective on it. You might actually hear something in there that pulls your attention to it that the other person not maybe so much missed, but maybe he didn't feel it was worthy of talking about with that. I might just say, hey, the way I held it in my hand doing such, you'd be like, man, that's what I wanted to know. So, it's just because you see one, and I'm not saying you got to go out and watch every video on every damn product, but if you see multiple videos kicking out around the same time, you might, want to click that button anyway and check it out and see. You never know what you might find out of it.
Yeah, you keep searching until you're satisfied the amount of information you've taken in, until you can make a decision.
How do you guys? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
In a multitude of counsel, there is wisdom. That's all.
How do you guys like? I get not really complaints, but there's a lot of companies that always email me asking me like, "Where's my juice review?" And there's always so much e-liquid, and there's not enough. Like I don't vape enough to even try this e-liquid. Like, how do you guys get through all the e-liquid and review it? Because what I find myself doing is, if I try, for instance, like I say, I take this bottle of e-liquid and I vape maybe a tank off it to try it and review it or shout it out, then this goes on my shelf like half opened and then sits there for months, and then I don't come back to it. I like finishing a bottle and then going to the next bottle.
Same way.
Yeah.
So then it could be weeks and months before you get to a liquid before you review it, right?
Yep.
Sometimes.
Yeah, and then it's embarrassing, like when you, especially if you have to see those same vendors, like, I'm sorry I didn't get your video out, but there's only so much we can do. So I think prioritizing is one thing. You know what I did recently? I got a juice line that was awesome, but it's fruity stuff, and it's not my flavor profile. I wouldn't have done justice to it. I gave it to a friend of mine who's got a new YouTube channel, but he loves that fruity stuff, and he's a very eloquent speaking guy. So he did a quick video, sent it to me in Dropbox, and then I did a little intro, the one flavor I liked out of that line that I could vape, and I did. So that's like, because I wanted to make sure that the juice story got told. That was one solution. Another way is, hey, listen, these live shows, maybe you don't do a whole review, but you're giving a shout out to the company. And Mark giving a shout out and showing a juice bottle for about 5 seconds is probably more influential than me doing a whole anything I ever do. You know,
it's rough. I wouldn't say that there.
No, I mean, my point is sometimes a juice line, and then some stuff comes in and it's good. It doesn't grab you. It doesn't compel you. I try and it's not all going to get the attention it needs. You can't do everything. You're just one person. Doing on the live shows, mentioning things like that's why we do a buffet. It's a way for us to get to good stuff that needs a mention, that deserves a highlight, but not necessarily a whole entire dedicated video. You can't even. It's hard to even post one video a day, but you can't do more than one video a day. Your audience wouldn't stick with you. They'd unsubscribe. So, and then, you know, I end up giving away a lot of juice to people. Like, I tried it, a little bit is used, it's great, I didn't do a review, but if I leave it in the big box I've got, it's just going to go bad. So, wherever I go, I always got a bag of juice with me, and I give them away.
Yeah. I usually tell the vendor, I have no time to do a juice review, but if you want to send it, and if it's worth, if I like it, I will show it in a video, a build, or on my live shows, I'll show it, you know, or whatever. I'll give it a quick shout out or whatever. Just like that. But to expect me to do a full juice review on a juice line, I can't. There's just too many. There's no way. Even if I was to stop doing hardware reviews, I still wouldn't be able to do all the juice reviews. Well, I'd have to put up 2 reviews a day on juice.
Because Matt from Reflections, he sent me and ST, I don't know if he sent you guys, but he sent over the new line of e-liquid, and he emailed me the other night asking what was up, and I feel bad because I haven't even gotten to it yet, but it's just, there's so much e-liquid. It's like I don't vape that much, and I try to finish the bottle before I go on to the next one, so that way it doesn't end up sitting there and gets thrown out. Yeah. I got half empty bottles laying all over the place.
One thing that I thought was cool that, you know, we kind of started doing here a while back, we started doing the live reviews. So no editing, no nothing. You mess up, whatever. So, and that was pretty cool. Well, then, not to say me and Mark were the first, but me and Mark started collaborating a little bit on juice reviews, which also I thought was pretty cool because you got another live session, 2 different people, right on the screen with chat going, ask questions, do whatever, vaping on the same juice to kind of give it. I mean, maybe we just need to do more of that stuff, but not just keep it limited to one line of juice. Maybe have multiple juices. Not sit there for no 2 hours doing the shit, but you know, I mean.
See, I think that you guys are discounting the fact that me personally, when I used to watch you guys, like Mike was saying, he would make a mention while he was doing a build. If I think that you're actually vaping the juice, that's way more important to me than you doing a review for the juice. Because if you do a review for the juice, I'm left with the question, are you just saying it's good because you're required to do this review, or are you giving it the benefit? You know what I mean? Or do you vape this? Do you even vape this? Or are you just doing a review for it? But if I see you in a live show picking it up and vaping on it, then I don't have that question anymore. I know that you don't have to vape that right now, but you are. You put it in a tank and you like to vape it. So if that's the case, and I vape like Mikey vapes or I vape like Mark, then I'm going to want to try that same e-liquid because I see that he actually uses it. You know what I'm saying? It's not a review.
Yeah, you make a good point. You make a very good point there because, like, if I'm going to do a build, fill up a tank that I'm reviewing or whatever, I'm not just going to grab a juice that I haven't tasted already. I'm going to grab something that I like.
Yeah.
So whether it could be this juice right here that I'm showing right now, turned popped, and you see me using it in a build, that means I've already tried it, I like it, and I'm going to plug it. That's usually the way it goes. If it's a good juice, I'm going to plug it in the video. I'm not going to plug a juice that I've never tasted before and it's bad, and then during my review of the tank, I'm going to be vaping and be like, oh, this juice tastes like shit. There's no reason to even, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to plug stuff that's good.
That's true. When I first started vaping and I was watching YouTube, like how-to videos and stuff, if I saw somebody mention a juice and it sounded interesting, then I would pause that video and go look for reviews on that juice because they mentioned it, and it was like, oh, that's legit. That's what the guy is going to be using to vape. That's a very good point.
Well, sadly, I mean, not like it's a big major thing, but I turn a lot of juice places down just for that simple fact. I don't have time to sit there and have a bunch sent to go through and keep wondering. A lot of times, folks that contact me too, they're nowhere in my profile, and it's no sense of me even doing it. So,
And plus, I kind of pulled away from the whole like just doing a juice review, like dripping the juice for the first time and reviewing it. I like to actually vape on it for a few days.
Yeah, true.
To see if I like it.
Yeah, try different builds and different ways of vaping it, because that's another thing too is I still take a lot of juices for I guess you might say review, but I tell every company that I'm not going to do a juice review. What I'm going to do is vape it. If I like it, then it'll get a shout out during another review, or it'll get a shout out during a live review. It'll probably get a few shout outs if I like it, because I'm not just going to vape it during one episode. I'm going to end up vaping it like, obviously Adore e-liquid, vaping it all the time. So, you if it's good, then it's going to get its airtime. If it's not good, you're going to send it to me and it's not going to go anywhere. That's just the bottom line.
Oh, I've just thought of something else here as my mind floats around. Got one other thing we'll be giving away here off next week, so just keep pumping it out. I've got a bag full of pre-made Claptons from the Sawyers. They know who they are out there, from Oak Vapor. Yeah, gonna do those right there. So those will last you a good while. You get those. So we've hit that 11:02 mark, and I think it's now. I didn't call your name out, Mark, either. It is time to do a cloud comp.
Yes, it sure is. Let's get those atomizers ready, everyone.
That means you, Mark, because you'll be here till 11:30 getting ready.
I think I'm actually ready. La di da di da.
By the way, I haven't got this in today, but how's it going, Joe Turner?
Joe. I thought you guys were crazy when you were always like, deep husky whispers. And now I understand. Joe Turner. Yeah.
Joe Turner.
Yeah, I think I don't know if it's for everyone else, but I think Royal Vapes and Adore E-Liquid are the two liquids that don't get boring. Like that's why you always hear about, like, people keep saying Joe Turner and Adore E-Liquid, because those are two liquids that I never get bored with. Like I do rotate them, like the flavors, but overall, like I'm always using those liquids at least once a week.
Well, if I've promoted any more juice since I've been doing YouTube, it's been Adore and it's been Joe Turner. And obviously, I don't just say it for the hell of it. I'm not getting a paycheck from anybody to say it. That's what I pretty much exclusively vape most of the time. Now, I do vape a lot of juices, but at the end of the day, that's probably what I vape the most. So, and matter of fact, I'm going to be doing some Loops custard in this little battle.
I'm ready to go.
Which ones did you get, by the way, Daryl?
Did
you get the whole sample pack?
I got 5 flavors. I got custard donut. I got vanilla custard. I got raspberry custard, strawberry donut, and then custard loops.
There it is. That's what I'm in with. That's good stuff.
I'm not a big cereal vape guy, but it's good. I mean, that's probably one of the best cereals I've had. And these are the I don't know which one I like best. I keep rotating, and they're fucking awesome. I'm going to be using custard donut in this cloud comp. So good.
I have. All right, Drew, I know you said when you haven't tried them yet, you need to get your hands on it. The only thing about it is I can tell you that I know that you'll be happy with it. So get you a big bottle, because it does take a little bit of time to get here. And what's going to wind up happening is if you buy the little small bottle, You'll vape it up, be wanting some so bad again. You're gonna be like, damn, I gotta wait another. So I mean, he is in the UK. He's not down the street. But let me give my other man a shout out because I don't know if he's out there watching or not. Christopher Good. He's got a vape shop that's opening. Grand opening is going to be in August, but I know his website is about to go online here pretty soon, and he will be selling Royal in the shop and online. So you should be able to order it from him and probably get it in a quicker time. So
That's awesome.
y'all ready?
Y'all ready for this?
Whenever you are.
All right. Daryl, you want to start us off?
Sure.
Y'all wait for the voting.
I take my headphones off so I don't whistle in your ears.
All right, you're presented.
Can you just pull back a little bit from the microphone? Thank you.
I can't do it. Wow, nice. Nice. Mark, you ready? I'm just walking it down the line.
Sure, why not? Let's do it.
Well, I mean, this is what it's about, son.
Hold
I know.
on.
Put your little mini cam on.
Oh, shit cam. Here we go. Shit cam. Hold on. See how that just fell to the floor?
No,
It just dropped.
it's not worthy.
It was so heavy it just fucking fell. Like, boom.
All right, Mike, you are presented. Damn. Nice. All right, Zach. Spotlight's on you.
Alright. Going original crown on y'all.
Nice.
I think Zach's trying to use a little trick lighting over there. The window's behind him, but it looks like there's a window in front of him, so I think there's something going on here.
Yeah.
All right.
That original crown is going on all up in there.
Let's check out ST's Wispy Cloud.
Hold on.
ST
Damn
wins.
it.
Fail.
You know what just happened? Hold on. Let me stop for a second. Y'all talk. Shit, my damn battery went out.
Good bad.
Jesus.
Do you even vape, bro?
I know. I do have to give this Invader pretty decent battery life.
That's like unregulated, so that all depends on your build, right?
Yeah.
So your battery life equals your build. I don't have one of those yet. They're cheap enough. They're like $30-$35, right?
Yep.
You put in those special overcharge cells. You're cheating a little bit on your cells.
All right, damn it. Here we go. Watch, I probably grabbed a set of batteries that weren't even charged. All right, here we go.
A pretty good charge on those two.
Oh, yeah.
Nice airy cloud.
Yeah.
I could see right through it.
Yeah, nice, whatever. Anyway, take the voting away.
ST's cloud had that awesome shape of a weak wispy cloud.
It looked kind of like a nuclear explosion to me, but that's just...
I saw angels dancing in your clouds.
Mike. Ooh, I see actually a mark in there. What the hey? Dude, Mike.
I have to pay these people $5 each to say my name.
It doesn't look like it. You ain't been paying enough then.
No, I have not.
Looks like they went over to the other side. They went to Mike.
Yeah, Mike's using that juice money. He's got that $5 paid.
There you go. Yeah. All right, we ain't gonna go any further with this. Mike, the national Mike is the world champion. Have you still got your belt over there, your title belt?
The John Cena. Over there.
Nobody's taking it, so Mike wins. All right, folks, we're going to take it down the line. Once again, it was the year show. I thanks for everybody for supporting the channel, everybody's channel on here. We're going to take it to year 2, I hope, with all this stuff. So thank you, and take it away, Daryl.
Thank you for watching, everybody. Thank you for everybody who's live in chat. I think there was like around 110 people at one point. Thank you for everybody giving the thumbs ups. Thank you for supporting our show over here that we started a year ago. Sorry, I'm going to go a little bit on this one, ST. I hope you don't mind.
No,
So the first episode wasn't even called the True Vapor Show. It's just back on ST's channel. It was like right after July 4th last year. And that was just me and ST bullshitting, talking about how we got into vaping, how we got into YouTube. And the next week, Zach was on there. ST hauled in Zach for the show, and we got a little bit of interesting tech talk. And then the next week after that, Daniel DJ LSB was on there, and we were all like, holy shit, that guy's huge. He had like 3,000 subscribers at the time, and we felt honored by his presence. And then it just grew from there. Heavy Metal came next, then Mark, then Dirty, then everybody along the way. We didn't even know Mike Vapes. I talked to him once or twice around here because he's local to me, but like the amazing progression over the last year has been awesome. So thank you all for watching, and many more to come, many more to come. Nice to meet you all on Quest for Vape on YouTube.
Mr. Mark.
Thank you, everyone, for watching. Be sure to check out the Vape Team tonight at 10 p.m. Oh, wait, 9 p.m. Central Time. There we go. I almost got confused. And, yeah, that's it, I think, right? That's it. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, great outro, Mark. Great outro. I can always count on you for something.
You like that?
Yeah.
I don't do outros too well.
Take
I'm more of an intro kind of guy.
It's on you, Mike.
Congratulations on 1 year, guys. Very nice. And congrats again to Daryl for 10 Gs.
Thank you.
Very good. Mike Vapes, you can find me on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Tonight on Vape Team, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Myself, Mark, and Brian, the Vapor Chronicles. So, yeah, cool. Congrats, guys.
Thank you. Zach.
Well, thank you, ST. Like Daryl mentioned, it's been a roller coaster of a year. It's been really awesome. I appreciate you having me on this show from pretty much the beginning. I had something sappy planned, but Mark's beautiful outro hit me in the feelies, and I don't want to tear up on you guys. But you guys know where to find me. I'm always talking tech on YouTube, on my channel, and any others that'll let me get on. I will see you guys a little bit later. I'll be in the chat for Mark's show, and I can't wait till the next show, as always.
Nice, nice. Once again, hashtag 1 year in the comments section, so you'll have to go to the replay and do that for next week's winnings, and we'll announce them on the show. Have a couple of giveaways there. Yeah, thanks for all the support you've given us. We love doing it. We're going to keep doing it until we can't do it anymore. Probably quicker for others, because I think we're putting Mark in the institution here pretty soon, so he'll be out of the scene. But
I will be streaming live from the institution.
no, okay, well, I take that back then. They're going to let him take his Apple products in there. So thanks for watching, everybody. We'll catch you next week, same time, same place. We're out of here, folks. Y'all have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Everybody.